Good morning, everybody. Figured I'd start the video from here for a change. But isn't it funny? Isn't it funny how the liberal lefties are now starting to let their masks slip? Yes, the so-called peaceful and progressive left now resorting to violence in France at the mere prospect that Marine Le Pen could be getting into power. Good morning, everybody. But this isn't about France or Marine Le Pen. I actually want to focus more on one user specifically who is very, very dear to my heart, shall we say. The person who basically got me to where I am today, minus the fact that I had to delete the old fucking channel. But that was, as said, mainly because when you've got family who threaten to disown you, understandably, you're going to want to make sure you keep contact with your family, because you don't want to see them potentially leave you and feed you to the dogs, basically. But this person that I want to mention, I've probably already done it before for all I know, and I've probably just forgotten, but I figured I'd make this video just in case I haven't. But the person is SuperjayTV, to be precise, because his old channel got deleted, because YouTube decided to terminate him because I think it was copyright or something, which is very sad, because I think all he was doing, I think the very last time he was doing anything was, I believe he was doing like a couple of bedtime stories or something, or quoting from them at least. But nonetheless, he got banned. But it's because of him that I was able to get to a position where, back in the past when I had my old channel, I was able to get a substantial growth to my channel, where effectively I went from having like 20 or 30 views at most to getting like 7,000 in my, I always don't want to say it, but my infamous video, which was called "The IPSO Dismissed My Claims Against the Daily Mail," or something along those lines. It was basically the time where Tommy Robinson got harassed by James Fielding when he was out on holiday with his family. I'm trying to remember where it was. Was it Florence? I literally can't remember these days. Trying to remember everything is very, very difficult, because usually for one useless bit of information, a useful bit of information goes out. But SuperjayTV, with him boosting my video to his followers when he had thousands at the time, got me up to a stage where I was getting that kind of support, and more importantly, he got me to a stage where I was able to share a platform with the one and only Tommy Robinson. If SuperjayTV had not boosted the video, I wouldn't even have been recognized by Tommy Robinson, because I wouldn't have had the views that I had. I wouldn't have had the subscribers that I had, and I have a sneaky suspicion that I wouldn't have had the people pushing my video to him as much as it possibly would have had. But I can go on about that. I will still say that that moment where I shared a platform with Tommy Robinson was by far the greatest day of my life, because it actually was symbolic for me. It was symbolic because it showcased my desire to fight for this country over being cowed by my family. Even if my mother had the best of intentions, it was just a matter of, I did not want to be silenced. I did not want to be cowed, and I was not going to let anything stand in my way. And at the end of it, I was more worried about my Chris when I swan dived off the stage. Anyway, the point is, that day was very important for me, because it effectively showcased to the world that I'm not going to sit idly by anymore. So it stands to reason why I've got a lot of thanks SuperjayTV for, more than anything else. And I would highly recommend anybody who hasn't started following SuperjayTV now to do so. I'll be linking his channel in the description below. Please give him a follow, give him a subscribe, and make sure you tune into him. I hear he's also been uploading a lot more of his older content, including one of my favourites where Owen Jones tried to pick a fight with Julia Hartley-Brewer. Not physically, of course. It's always funny watching Owen Jones storm off of an interview in a sulk because he's getting his ass thoroughly kicked. That's always hilarious. But I'm not here to focus on the other side of this stuff. I'm not here to focus on the politics right now. I'm here to focus on Super J at the moment, and only him. Super J didn't have to go out of his way to promote me, but he did. He didn't have to go out of his way to put some of my other videos up, but he did. I must admit, it was kind of funny. One particular video he did, I'm not sure if he still has it, for all I know, but there was a time where I didn't know better. I probably did put my family in danger at one point, I will admit that much, when I was recording a video outside the house, and I was basically taking out the trash, literally. But what I did was I ended up putting my foot in the bin, and then I toppled over on my ass. And he made a funny edit of that in slow motion and everything. I really am wondering if he's still got that right now, because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to watch that shit again. Ah, the ignorance of youth. But no, I just want to thank Super J for everything he's done for me, because this is, as I said, something that is symbolic to me. This isn't just a matter of I want to do my good deed. Hell, it's not even just a matter of I want to repay the guy for all he's done for me. It is something that is symbolic to me because I feel like it's going to represent something. 6 years ago or so, he promoted my channel. He promoted my videos. He got me the views that got me recognized by Tommy Robinson. Now he's had to start up over, which, let me tell you something, having to start over is much easier than starting up. In video game terms, think of it like you're playing through a video game, and in normal circumstances, when you want to continue your game, you just load up your previous save. Well, this would basically be you've lost your save because your save got corrupted. Well, it's more like my case, but I'm trying to put it into those kinds of terms. But your save's been corrupted, and there's no way to recover it, so you have to start with a fresh game all over again to get back to where you once were. And I can't stress enough, it's much easier to start up. It is much more difficult to start over. And now that Super J is going through the starting over phase, now I feel like it's the best time, more than anything else, now that I've got at least some semblance of my follower count back, where it's time that I did him the favour that he did me 6 years ago. He does some amazing content, a lot of comedy in it as well, but he's usually quite informative and does a lot of research on some of the things that he does. He has covered all sorts of stories, from Alex Belfield to how the lockdowns were dealt with, to even things like Big Brother, where Roxanne Pallett tried to falsely accuse someone of assaulting them, only to have it backfire in her face, basically. He has covered all sorts, and he does it in a very good and very well-informed manner. So please join me in giving our best wishes, or my best wishes, or your best wishes, or whatever, to Super J, and make sure you follow him. I can't stress this enough. This is not just a matter of supporting other people. As I said, and I cannot stress enough, this is symbolic. This is going to be the very essence of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Well, he did unto me, so now it's time for me to do unto him.